everyone, Tom Eskin here with this Lacrosse Now update. Travis Eldridge will join me in just a moment. Last week, World Lacrosse announced the 2020 U19 Men's World Championship was postponed. We've now learned when and where it'll happen. It will now be held in the summer of 2021, and the place will stay the same, Limerick, Ireland. The exact dates still to be determined. The biggest development, the age eligibility, raised from U19 to U20. The lower age of eligibility will remain at 16 years old. That way, athletes that have made their teams will still be eligible a year from now. There's also an opportunity for new participants as teams. National teams that hadn't originally entered will be considered in 2021. They say it is their intention to still run the festival alongside the championships as well. As for the actual calendar date, we do know there will be no changes to the date for the 2021 World Lacrosse Women's World Championship. That's scheduled from July 7th through July 17th in Towson, Maryland in 2021. Further revisions to the 2022 World Championship calendar are still under consideration. Team USA will have another year to get prepared to defend their gold medal from 2016. They beat Canada in the final moments in Coquitlam. When asked about the possibilities last week after the 2020 version was suspended, Team USA head coach Nick Myers said he had hoped the eligibility for the players would be extended.
I think you have to make it a U20 game. I think you have to go that route and allow these athletes that have been selected in so many countries and the training that's already been spent, the money that's been invested to get these teams to where they are, an opportunity to compete for a world championship. I think the fact that we do have it down to 24 is a huge positive. I think we have a team, we have our kind of our brotherhood established now. As you know, one of the biggest challenges with this process is building a team and making those super challenging cuts. So at 24, we feel really good about the group that we have.
We bring in Travis Eldridge now, who spoke with Nick Myers just last week about all of this, and has been very closely covering this U19 men's team. Travis, what's your take on all this today?
I'm very happy for both the players, whether it's no matter what country, who have made a national team. More specifically, for me, for the guys for Team USA, because I was so closely involved in that entire process and watching it unfold. But also for Ireland lacrosse, because you think about, and you know this from the time that you've had a chance to be around the people there for Ireland lacrosse, what they have done and what they have invested in this tournament is pretty astronomical and a huge deal for Ireland lacrosse as an organization. So if that would have just been all thrown out the window, that would have been a real shot to that organization and everything they've invested. So having them get a chance to host this tournament, to me, is what makes me feel the best about it.
I think you're absolutely right, especially when it comes to Ireland lacrosse, Travis, because you look at that on the micro level, then you go big and think about the example they have set for other lacrosse bodies throughout the world and how important that is right now to the growth of the game and the Olympic movement that has been so important to World Lacrosse these past few years. Ireland Lacrosse has done such a good job in investing in the youth program, sort of building up to this moment where they got to host and showcase what they've done the last few years and show, hey, other countries that are doing this, this is sort of how you build a lacrosse internationally, which is really important when the sport itself is being considered for the Olympics in terms of having some bigger international base and more talent across the board. And I think keeping this championship still in play is important. And now you have two huge ones, which are probably going to happen in very close proximity to each other. But whether that's July and August of next year, that's really going to be a nice sort of showing for lacrosse for the rest of the world and the IOC to see when they're making that decision.
Yeah, I'll go back to now for the players, though, when you look at this whole process, is like, especially at the U19 level, which will now be the U20 level, you think about all these guys and what they've put in to earn the opportunity to represent your country. And maybe 3 or 4 of them may at some point have the possibility of representing Team USA at the national level, at the senior team level. But that's not going to be all these guys. Like, who knows what plays out over the course of their college careers, and then what opportunities there may be once they leave and are looking to be on that senior men's national team. So for a good number of these guys, maybe even majority of them, this is their opportunity to represent Team USA and wear that across your chest. So to have had that taken away after everything they went to earn a roster spot would have really been hard to watch.
And it's kind of, I mean, I know it stinks. You have to wait another year, but now they almost get another full year of participating in the Team USA events and sort of doing that kind of stuff and still wearing the red, white, and blue, or if you're for Canada or whatever team you're playing for, you do get another cycle of that. Like you said, only a few, if that, are going to go on to play for the men's national team. So they do get, it feels like, another year of this process, which hopefully all of them is a positive experience. You know, and you don't know if maybe, you know, they might get their job taken or not. I don't know how that's all going to play. At least they get to compete for it at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah, 100%. You also brought up the Olympic thing, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see how the timeline works now that the World Games have been moved another year ahead. So the World Games originally were supposed to happen next summer in 2021 in Birmingham, Alabama. They'll now happen in 2022. So it's a whole nother year. I don't know in terms of the time frame for lacrosse trying to advocate for itself to get into those Olympic Games moving forward. But it is another year for the sport to adjust to the short field and figure out the logistics of how they're going to implement that in the World Games on both the men's and women's side.
Yeah, I did feel like sort of a sprint in terms of trying to figure out if there's going to be a set sort of feel of rules that they had been trying out over the course of the last couple of years. And I know there's been so much work put into that. But like you said, Travis, having a little extra time before we see them maybe in the World Games, probably a good thing, I'd imagine. We have to ask some of the people at World Lacrosse about that. But it seems like a little bit more time to sort of have that moment to showcase is okay.
Yeah, but ultimately, when it comes back to this U19 event, this has to 100% be the right move. You make it U20, you encourage all the same people that were going to be able to have a chance to participate in this event to participate. And hopefully it's a gigantic event where these teams get an extra year to prepare, and maybe we see some of the best lacrosse we've seen in this tournament in a long time.
Right, because you get the players a little bit older, a little more experienced, and then you've got some of those younger guys who are a little bit better too.
Yeah, 100%.
Travis, thank you so much for the time. Of course, we'll keep you guys updated as they come in. This has been a Lacrosse Now update. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.